Okay, we're going to write this pseudocode here in PHP. Real difference to the previous version that we wrote is that we've got this else statement, and we're also making sure that we initialize our variables at the top. So if you haven't watched the previous lessons PHP video, I suggest you do it now because I'm not going to really explain what is happening at certain places in the code. That's already been done. So I'm going to delete that line and put in my end PHP. Right. Okay, so let's go to the top. I'm going to do this one. Set password to empty string, then secret, then prompt, then message. So let's get that going. So that is just password as a variable. Better if I spelled it correctly. Password equals, that's empty string, semicolon at the end. Then we need the secret message being equal to a sword, a fish, semicolon at the end. Then we need the prompt is equal to please enter a password. Now, unlike Python, this is all going to be on one line, so put a space at the end so that the strings don't run together and it looks neat. Semicolon at the end, and then we've got the message if we're successful. So message equals you are logged in, and the message if we fail. So failed equals access denied. So that is my setting up of all my variables, initializing them. I'm not going to use any comments because that will just get in the way of the code that I'm trying to show you. So our next thing to do is manage the if statement here. So write out the prompt, read in the value, and then manage this if statement. So we write out the prompt with echo the prompt, and then we need to read in the password. Equal fget string, and then standard in. So that is really, it's a direct lift from the pseudocode. It matches line for line, so that's fine. Next one, if password equals secret, then, and if you watch the last video, you know that the if statement or comparing strings is not a simple thing. So I'm going to lay it out sort of in a template and then fill in the bits and pieces. So I'm going to have if, a condition, then I'm going to open my curly brackets and space them out. Now I'm going to fill in the condition. And the condition was string compare, and in brackets, the two strings I'm going to compare, so that will be password, comma, and secret. So I'm comparing those two strings. It's the only way to compare in, or compare strings in PHP, so that was dealt with in the last lesson. And I'm going to say if that is true, so one means true. So if it's true, it's going to do this line here. So let's indent it a little bit, and what we're going to do is just echo out the message. Now we've got to the point, the new part of our sort of PHP at the moment. We've got to do this else statement, write out failed, and we do that at the end of the closing bracket for the if statement. We write else, and then we open and close some curly braces again. Then we can type out what we want. Echo failed. And that's it. So notice how let's just pull that back one. Notice how the if statement is built. We've got the curly brackets starting the true bit, and we've got the curly brackets starting and ending the false bit. Miss those out, it's not going to work. Because we've only got a single line, you could miss off the semicolons, but it's good practice to keep them in. They're really only needed if we've got more than one statement. So that's the Python. So let's run it and let's do the test. So the first test is, there you go, please enter a password, press enter. I'm not going to enter anything, I'm just going to press enter. There we go, and I've got access denied. Run it again. I'm going to type an incorrect password. Let me in, press enter, access denied, excellent. And the final one is the correct password, swordfish. You are logged in. So there we go, we have our PHP code. So the only new part is this else statement here. So if we use an else statement, then we need to have curly brackets around each statement in the if statement, in the else part of the if statement, sorry. The other thing I want to draw your attention to is the string compare. Get used to that. And the way to input things is using fgetStandardIn. And that's PHP. Other than that, it's identical to Python.